Good afternoon and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tanya. I'm 68 years old and for the next 5 weeks I'm going to be living on my UK State Pension and saving my civil service pension to put back some much needed money into my savings from my renovation overspend and my furniture that I bought. This is a brief introduction before shopping. I'm back from my travels. You'll know where I've been to and trying to play catch up at the moment. I went to a funeral on Friday. She had an absolutely fantastic send off by her family. It was a very modern service, no religion involved at all, and yeah, it was lovely. It sounds weird to say lovely, but met so many old friends there. I joked at one point when we were all huddled together having a bit of a chinwag and a catch up outside the crematorium. I said, goodness me, where did all these old people come from? I'm one of them. But yeah, crazy how quickly time has gone, and sad that already one of a few that are missing from our teenage group that we used to go around in. So there we are. That is life, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to have a rant now. It took me an hour to unseathe myself, shall we say. When I got home, my friend had been so kind to me. She'd run me round different places and, you know, she'd paid for certain things for me. The meals that she laid on were absolutely beautiful. And so I wanted to buy her a gift. And last time I bought her a bouquet of flowers and a candle, and I had it sent to her. Well, she always shops in Marks and Spencer's. All her food virtually comes from Marks and Spencer's. She's got a big food hall down the road, and I have to say they do quite a lot of offers in that food hall. So I'm going to check out the one in Clacton next time I'm over to see if there's something similar on offer. And yeah, I wanted to get her something, so I tootled off down to Morrison's and I purchased this gift card, and I put £50 on it at the till. Not a problem, that all went through. I've got the receipt in the drawer over there because it said, when I looked up on the post office the best way of sending gift cards, it said do not put the receipt in with the gift card. Keep hold of the receipt in case the gift card goes missing. Shouldn't go missing, should it, really, when you think about it? So that's where the problem started. I put that inside an envelope, but I put it inside a card, a thank you card saying, I've really enjoyed myself, thank you for my stay, looking after me and, you know, having a good time. It's just the break I needed. Took it down to the post office, declared what it was at the counter, because it said in their blurb, declare what it is at the counter and the value of it. Just have a guess how much they want for me to put this in the post to my friend. Have a guess. I was absolutely floored by it. Absolutely floored. £9.25 to put this in the post. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. If I want to have signed for next day, £3.77, but it only covers you up to £20. So the woman said, buy that. So I said, no, because if something happens, I'm £30 out of pocket straight away. So I took it back. I took the envelope back, and I I'm going to do it when I finish filming this. I'm going to go on the M&S website. They will send a gift card out with a personalised message. So the responsibility becomes theirs and not mine. Or I can have an electronic gift card sent to my friend. So I will text her and see which she prefers. I won't say anything else. I'll just say, are you all right with an electronic voucher? If not, I just get the gift card sent to her. But how absolutely flipping ridiculous. The woman trying to sell me something that only covers £20 for the £50 that I put on this. So that's now a present to me. It's a little present to me because, yeah, I'm going to keep hold of it and I shall spend it. I need a winter coat and various other bits and pieces, so we'll see how far this goes at the outlet in Clacton. I think I've still got £3.25 on another gift card I've got, so £53 and 25p to spend. So I was looking at my finances again. That, by the way, has come out of my savings. The other £50 that I spend on her will come out of my savings as well. I allotted about £800 for my trip. I didn't spend anywhere near it because I didn't have any filler done or anything like that. So some of it has gone back into the bank account and some of it £100 I've used there basically. But the good surprise when I got home was I had a phone call while I was away and it was from my insurers. I won't put it on screen, I'll just put this bit on screen. And they're one call, I insure with one call, and I asked them to make the conversation very quick because I was on the train and I don't like to talk when I'm on the train. So anyway, she said to me, are you thinking of continuing your insurance with us? So I said, well, yes, I believe so. I said, I've got to do a little bit more research. So she said, well, give us a ring and we'll re-quote. We've already given you a quote, but we will re-quote nearer the time. Is there any reason why you haven't taken up your insurance yet? So I said, well, my MOT is on Monday the 20th and I'm not going to insure my car till I know it's got through the MOT. So it's today, so everybody please cross your fingers for me. I need my car to get through the MOT without it costing me a small fortune. So I had allotted £226, something like that, the same amount as last year. They've quoted £177.17 and they've said they are prepared to re-quote to let me have it cheaper again. So we'll see. It might only be a couple of pounds, but it's a couple of pounds that is in my pocket and not theirs. And the other lovely surprise was, I don't know why, I haven't got a clue why I did it, but when I put all the totals for my car, tax, MOT, insurance, etc., I'd put 190 next to my car tax for the year. And I come home and it's actually only 165. So again, that is due the very end of October, 31st of October. So that will be paid as soon as I know my car is through the MOT. I will pay the insurance and I will pay the tax. You know, it doesn't matter if you pay slightly early, you still get the same amount. So that's a bit of a surprise. So that's £25 there, 25 on that one, and almost 50 on this one to what I had allowed. So £75, I've almost made up the £100 off the M&S bit that I've done. So that is really, really good. But then again, something might happen with my car today and I'll end up spending that. So I've spent about just over £100 on my credit card this month, but I should be able to get most of that cleared off with one thing and another, because I am not paying my council tax this month. Next video I do will be my winter look at finances and what I do around the house to make sure that I'm not wasting money. So I'll do that on Wednesday. And what's next? All the shopping that I did, and I think that's about it. So I'll tag those on the end and I'll see you on Wednesday, fingers crossed, with a smile on my face, because my car has gone through the MOT. Right, a little bit more shopping. I was in a rush. Doesn't pay to shop in a rush, you make mistakes. So, first shop I went to, I got High Bran. I think I may in the future buy the Kellogg's. In 40 grams there is 10 grams of fibre. In 50 grams of the Kellogg's All Bran, the proper one, there is 15. So I may pay for the proper one, because then I know I'm definitely getting my dose, even if I only have half, by the time I add all my other fibre to it, and the occasional powdered in gravies and drinks and things, I know I'm getting it. So that's something to consider. But that cost £1.71. I'm sure it was £1.67 last week, but there we are, £1.71. That goes in my book in a second. I'll do all the totting up in a moment. Then I went to Lidl, and that's where I made the mistake, because I went and got the Proactive drinks and not the cholesterol ones. So luckily enough, I found my mistake as I got back into my car. So I was able to run back inside and change them over. So this is actually only £1.68 worth of shopping. That's the onions that are on offer for 69 and the rice cakes for 79, sorry. I missed my 15% off it because a new week has started, unfortunately. And then I went back in and I got the drinks with a good date, 31st of October, so they'll take me up past the end of my challenge, but I will have used them up by then. So 168, 279 and 171 in Asda. Those two are in Lidl, that one's Asda. The grand total is £60.12, which means I've got £3.76 left. Yep, and I've got over 2 weeks to go, but that's how it is. I've done a lot of prep because I am going away shortly. I'm not going to say when, but in the next couple of weeks. And because I cooked all my potatoes, I'm going to make a quiche. I put the cottage cheese in the freezer because I knew I wasn't going to use it all in one go. So as soon as that defrosts, I'll add a couple of the eggs I've got. I'm soaking some lentils in some curry and water. I'm going to make myself some crisp bread with them. Let's give that a stir. May have to add a bit more water. I won't be cooking that till tomorrow, probably, when it's really absorbed all those flavours. And I may have to put a drop more water in there, just to keep them covered. That's it. And I had about a third of the tin of chickpeas on my salad at lunchtime with some a bit of chicken that I had left, and these are curried and they're lovely and crispy, full of protein, full of fibre. So they're delicious. So that prep's done. Roasting, I've kept potatoes out for the rest of my meals. These ones I've roasted, they're going in the freezer. That means with them being roasted, they won't take on as much water. So they'll cool down and be put in a bag in the freezer. Just catching up on the filming of the shopping that I did. I've had it piled up on the side because, as you know by now, I've been away. And I'm sorry for my absence, but really there was so many things going on, and next week might be just the same with one thing and another. But for the now, when I see Bertie's treats, I get them, because 9 times out of 10 they haven't got them, and it's frustrating. So I bought 6. I put them on my credit card. I spent £5.28 on my credit card. So I'll show you how I've included that in my shopping, because I didn't have the cash for it, but it will come off next month. It won't go unnoticed. So he'll be a really, really happy boy with all of those. So put that to one side while I get the stuff out of the fridge. I went down to Asda first thing this morning just to see if they had any yellow sticker stuff, and they had quite a bit. No salmon, because that was really what I was after more than anything else. No salmon, but I have to say they're 3 pieces of the cheap salmon they do. They're like the yellow label one. They were good sizes in those packs, so I'm going to consider those if I can't get any yellow sticker salmon. All right. So the mince, because I'm going to make some more of the meatballs that I made. I mean, they're just so handy for me to pop in the air fryer with, you know, the meat stuffing balls that I made, and have them lunchtime with a salad as well. And they work out so cheap. This was 500 grams, should have been £4.70, and I got it for £2.40. So absolute bargain. I will split that and only use half at a time. This was 600 grams of chicken breast fillets for £2.37. I just noticed that there's actually tomorrow's date on it. Today's the 18th, that's the 18th. These are the 18th. And they were £1.05 for 12 sausages. Well, I need the sausages to go with the mince, so I shall split these, keep so many out, make the balls. I need some more stuffing, so I'll pop out for that a little bit later. But I'll keep enough of this out for me to make a batch of the chicken balls. For the time being, that can go in the fridge. So the grand sum, and again it went on my credit card, £5.82 spent on meat in Asda. Right, I've just realised that when I bought this in Iceland this morning, she didn't give me a receipt. And this was £2.75 for extra mature cheddar, 400 grams. I'm fed up with this business to do with receipts. They should automatically give you a receipt, or at least ask you. That would be the polite thing to do, wouldn't it? Now, I was going to go down to the 30% cheddar, but I thought if I cut back what I have, but have really strong cheddar, perhaps that's the way forward, because I do need some fat. So if I strip all the fat out of my diet, then I could be in trouble. So I've got extra mature, but whereas I think Slimming World, is it 40 grams you're allowed? I shall probably have 20 of this with it being mature. So I know that was £2.75 because I thought that was excellent value for the 400 grams. So I'm sorry about not having a receipt for that, so I shall write that down. Now, I'll be taking these down to my niece. I had £11.80 something left to spend out of the donation money, but I added a bit to it myself, £12.45's worth of sweets. 2 party mixers at £2.49. Chew bars £2.49. Chopper cups £1.99. And chewy sweets £2.99. So £12.45 spent, and I shall drop them down to my niece because they're making up little bundles for the children in the charity. And I certainly won't be eating them because I can't stand that sort of sweet. Up on my food shop first, the only one I've added to the bottom was the cheese, which means I've got 91p left, 2.75 added. So the grand total, I should have added it to the total first, 62. We went to a new shop. My friend said it was new to her as well. And in there, I bought this enamel plate. And it was really good value because we went in another shop and they were twice the price of this. And it's a little bit on the deep side. And I thought that will make a nice shepherd's pie for 2 meals for me. I can bulk the potato up on the top. But that'd be a nice portion with veg for me, or a pie. I can fill it with chicken and leek and then just put one thin layer of pastry over the top, or indeed cook the pastry separate. My wants in a, blue moon piece of pastry that I allow myself. So that was £3.25. The mints were £1.25. I bought them because, I'd got horrible taste in my mouth, so the mints came in handy, sugar-free at £1.25. Then I went into TK Maxx. And I spent the grand sum of £35.97. This is to go as a Christmas present because I knew my friend was looking for a notebook, and I thought with the pen, it's handy because it's all right having a notebook, but then you've got to go off and find a pen, and it holds the pen in place. And I think that would go in her lounge because I think she was looking to put it on the side in her lounge so that she's got notebook handy on her coffee table. So that was £5.99. I bought this perfume for myself, £4.99, Berry Blooms. It's a sweet little bottle, and yeah, it's very nice, very nice. And my friend had got one of these cardigans, and she said to me, try it on, when I was around there. So I tried it on. She said, oh, you need to buy one for Christmas. So I did. I managed to find one because she said they were in TK Maxx. So I have to sew that in. Got a piece of cotton there where they've sewn the popper on. And it's ideal because 2 of my Christmas do's that I go to are in a freezing cold hall. I hope you can see that. If I pull that back, there. There we are. It's got a lovely weight to it. You can wear it with black trousers, you can wear it with brown trousers, and maybe some lovely sparkly earrings, Christmas. And it's, as I say, it's a lovely weight to keep you warm when you're, you know, at these Christmas parties and they're in an unheated hall like my two tend to be. So that was £24.99. So altogether, £35.97 I spent, and that was on my credit card. So at the back of the book, I've added £35.97 to my credit card. So my spend so far this month on my credit card has been £103.96. I didn't include my facial because I withdrew cash to take up with me for any treatment that I had. And I put cash on a card of mine to spend. And I didn't end up spending it. I only had the facial. I didn't have the filler as I was expecting to possibly have. And the boys' plate and mince went there, £4.50, £49.94 spent. So I've got the grand sum of 86p left, and I've got a week to go, haven't I? I've got a week to go. So I'm going to have a good hunt through the freezer this afternoon. I've got a lot of things to make to get back on track after being away. Make sure that I don't eat unhealthily, shall we say.